Hey y'all, welcome back to Leslie's Mature Makeup and Beauty. Today we're going to talk about favorites and fails from January and February. And what I did, I just kind of took of the new things that I've tried over the last couple of months, the things that stood out to me as being my absolute favorite or in some cases the absolute worst. So if there's anything that I've used over these last couple of months that you've got a question about that I don't mention, just leave me a comment down below, and it could just be that I thought it was good, but it didn't just stand out to me as being really good, or maybe I thought it was just okay, and so it wasn't really a fail, but it wasn't really a favorite. So like I said, if you've got any questions about anything you've seen me use, just leave me a comment down below and I'll answer that. So I thought we'd start out with the fails and get that stuff out of the way, and then we'll do the favorites. And I've got quite a bit of stuff here because I've tried quite a bit of things over the last couple of months. So yeah, we'll knock out the fails first, like I said, because I like to get the bad stuff out of the way and then end on the good things. So one of the biggest things that stood out to me this month as being, or the last couple of months as being the worst, was this e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. It's super powdery, for one thing. I mean, it is a powder foundation, but and I had the shade Fair 150C. But this, I just could not get this to work on my skin. It looked dry and cakey, and it just really made me look, it accentuated all the bad things. I just didn't love it. Maybe if you have oily skin, you might like it. And I have seen several videos of people that really love it. They said it looked great on their skin and it looked smooth. But for me, I just could not get it to work no matter what I did. So I don't love it. And then also, I think sort of around that time, I grabbed this green. This is their angled, from e.l.f. also, their angled silicone sponge. It's got this kind of silicone-y bottom that you're supposed to be able to use to like distribute the product on your face, and then you use it damp and then, tap it in. But for some reason, the texture of this sponge, I don't know if it's just too porous or what, but it seemed like it left a weird texture on my face. I just didn't care for it. And then the first couple of times I used it, I have little holes. I don't know if you'll be able to see little holes in the silicone part of it, where when I was squeezing the water out, it just kind of shot out of that silicone end. But I just didn't love this at all. Now, the sponge that I used in my last video, their little Cookies and Dreams sponge, it's on the floor now, but that one's dry, so it looks small, but I liked it. So this one was just not... if you're going to buy a sponge from e.l.f., I wouldn't make it this one, if it were me. And, this is all just one girl's opinion. Everybody has a different opinion. And the next thing is this L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 Tinted Balm. I didn't like this either. It was just way too glowy. That's what it looks like. And I did, I think the second time I used this, I've only used it twice because I didn't love it. I just used a really matte base, and then I applied it with a brush, and it was a little bit better. But after just a few hours, this starts breaking up on me and getting super duper shiny. I mean, a little bit of shine breakthrough is fine. I'm fine with that. That's just what my skin does. But this, it just didn't look great. It was just a little too glowy for me, and it didn't provide a lot of coverage, but maybe if you have really dry skin, you might like this. And I've, again, seen people on YouTube that really like this. It just, for me, I didn't love it. And then a couple of just kind of updates on some things that I used. We'll start with this Rimmel Scandalize, the Wow Wings Mascara. I really love this the first couple of times I've used it, but the last couple of times, as the formula has kind of dried out a little bit, I love this wand. It's super neat. It gets a little bit clumpy. And this is what I have on my lashes today, but I did have to comb through it with my lash comb to get the clumps out. So, it's not the worst, but I liked it a lot better the first couple of times I used it than I have after it's dried out a little bit, which, with mascara, it's one of those things, after it's been open for a little bit, the formula often will change. Either for the better or for the worse. And this one, I feel like, I don't know, it gets a little bit clumpy. It's not unusable. Like I said, I'm wearing it today. It doesn't flake or smudge. It just has gotten a little clumpy on me. And then the Milani Shadow Sticks. I have 3 of these. And you know, the first time I used these, I wasn't really sure about them, but I've used them since then, and I like them. Now this deeper purple, really pretty deep, you know, kind of purple shade. It does kind of sheer out a little bit, but I'm wearing this center one today as an eyeliner. You probably can't tell, but and smudged it out just a little bit. But these I like. You know, the first time I used them, I wasn't really sure. You know, I really loved that olive green shade that I've got, and these perform the same, I think. I don't know what it was that first time that I used them, if maybe it was just applying them over the powder eyeshadow that they didn't smudge out so great, or what it was, but this deeper shade is I Lilac You. The middle one is Electric Daisy, and then this lightest colored one is Rosewood. And it's this Rosewood shade is an interesting, you know, it's a really light, but it's pretty reflective. You can kind of see it there. I've actually used this kind of on my lower lash line and in the inner corner, but I like these. I haven't reused the eyeshadow palette. I just haven't felt a desire to grab for that, but I am going to, you know, just give it a fair shake. And then another shadow stick that I've used recently, this Bobbi Brown Longwear shadow stick. You know, this is just a little sample size. These retail for like $29. Works great with an eye primer. But if you don't put on an eye primer, I put this on one morning. I was just going to run some errands quick, so I just, you know, scribbled it on and blended it out. And by the end of the day, the color had really faded a lot. And for $29, I don't feel like the color should fade whether I'm using an eye primer or not. With the Milani ones, I've used those without an eye primer, and while those may crease on my hooded eyes, the color doesn't fade at all without an eye primer. Now with an eye primer, those Milani ones don't crease or fade, but this one, I mean, it's just okay. I just feel like for the price, the color shouldn't fade even if I'm not wearing an eye primer. So that's just kind of a, you know, just for that cost, I feel like it should perform a little bit better. Super easy to put on, super easy to blend out. It looks beautiful. You just got to make sure you have an eye primer, which I'm an eye primer person. I always wear an eye primer, so that's not necessarily a deal breaker, but I probably won't be purchasing a full size one of those when there's decent ones at the drugstore, like the ones from e.l.f. I like. Those wear really well, so, you know, those are kind of just some things that I noticed while reusing some of this stuff. So now let's get to some favorites. And these are the things that I just want to reach for all the time. First thing we'll talk about, we've talked about this one before. I only started using this in January. It's the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I wore this just a couple days ago, but it is just gorgeous. Now obviously if you don't like this color story, this is not going to be for you, but these shadows are, this is a spendier palette at $67, but they just blend out like a dream. These shimmers in here are gorgeous. There's several different textures. Now I still haven't used this balmy shade on my eyes, but every time I put this on my eyes, I just love it. I love the look that comes out of this, no matter what shades I use, and it's just, I love it, and I really think it's worth I think it was worth the price. This is the one that I find myself, I want to grab it every single time I get ready. But I have a ton of eyeshadow palettes, and I do, you know, try to rotate through and use different things, but it's just stunning. I just love it. Let me put her over here in a safe place. And then the next thing I've got is this little Koki eyeshadow palette that I tried in that video. This is what I have on my eyes today. What I did today, I took this kind of lighter gray tone down here and put in my crease and blended up above. And then I took this center shade in the outer corner. Didn't mean to flip you guys off. And then I took this light white looking shade and put on the inner portion of my lid. And then I used this shade here. It's more of a taupery type of shade. You know, it doesn't have not a real intense pigment, but I put that over that whitest shade on my lid. And then I took a little of this creamier shade. It looks white on camera. It's just these lights, I think, is blowing it out. And kind of did a little brow bone highlight. This is more of a buildable type formula, but I love the cool tones in here. You got those grays, and then this shade up here in the corners kind of got that little bit of a mauve-y tone to it that I love. So I've enjoyed this one. And it's, you know, super compact. Would be great to throw in a bag for travel if you're planning on going anywhere. But I've really enjoyed this one. I've used this several times. And then another palette that I've loved is this e.l.f. Bite Size Quad in I Love You a Latte. I just stuck my finger in it. This is an all matte quad. You know, these retail for like $3. Is it $3? Yeah. The Koki palette, that retails for $10. But all matte. I love this cool tone brown right here in my crease to disguise my hood. I've done, you know, used this palette in an all matte look, and I think it's really pretty. And then I've also grabbed for this shade and then popped a different shimmer or a Super Shock shadow or something on my lid. You know, it's just compact. It's cute. The formula is great. Every one of these that I have, I love. I have a mint one and the rose. It's rose something, I can't remember, but I love them all. So those are the 3 shadow palettes that I used that have really stood out to me this last couple of months. And then the concealer that I've been grabbing for, y'all have heard me mention it in a video. I'm going to throw this on. The NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer. I have the shade Light. This retails for $11. The only thing I don't like about this is the pump. It's just an aggravating application system. But it's a really nice concealer. You know, I had a little bit of trouble with it the other day, but I think it was something else I had done. I'm not sure if it was the eye serum or not, because I used my eye serum today or yesterday and it went on fine. So, you know, maybe I had left a glob of powder on there or something from setting down my eye primer. You know, I'm not sure, but you know, I have dry, crinkly, wrinkly under eyes, and this looks really nice. It wears well. I don't set it down with powder. I don't put any powder under my eyes because that's just, my dry under eyes don't need powder. But I've really been loving this one. I've actually been reaching for this one over the Lancome. I don't know if it's a shade thing. I think both of them are great, but for $11, that's going to be my go-to, I think. And then a couple of other things from e.l.f. that I've been loving. This e.l.f. setting spray. It's their Stay All Night Microfine Mist. It says up to 16-hour wear. I've never worn anything for 16 hours, but I can't say that this sets everything down as good as the Charlotte Tilbury, but this retails for like $10. I think it's on sale right now for $7, but I don't know if y'all will be able to see. Probably not. But that mist is super fine. It does have a little bit of a scent to it. I have sprayed that all over my mirror. It does have a little bit of scent to it, but it's not bad. But I think it works well. It really kind of melts everything together, and it doesn't make my face too dewy. That's one of the things with a setting spray. I don't want it to make me look super dewy because I feel like that emphasizes my texture. But I've really been enjoying this. You can see I've used a bit of it already. And then the mascara, the e.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara, I've really liked this. It doesn't flake or smudge. It's a really nice lengthening mascara. The only thing about this guy is this little silicone wand is a little stiffer than some silicone wands that I've used, like the one that's on the Rimmel or the one that's on the Maybelline Great Lash. Those are a little bit of a softer silicone, but I really like this. This is something that I probably will repurchase. I say that, but that Maybelline Snapscara that I just tried, and I'm not including those things that I tried just in my last video because I haven't had a chance to use those long enough to call them favorites. But I think this is a good one. It retails for like, what, $6, and it's doesn't flake or smudge. And for me, that's a big deal. I have trouble with mascaras flaking and smudging on my eyes. So when I find one that doesn't, that makes my lashes look good, you know, I'm excited. And then the next thing is something else y'all have seen me use a lot, the e.l.f. Brow Lift, or heard me say I'm going to use. It's just like this clear gel. You rub your spoolie in, brush up those brows, and it really keeps them in place. Now it does, it's what I've used today, it does, when you touch them, they don't feel like they have fully dried down, like it feels a little bit tacky, but they don't move. So I've been loving this, and for $6, I think it's awesome. You know, it kind of gives you that fluffy soap brow type look without having to spray something. You know, I really like the Beauty Bay brow. Is it brow soap, brow styler, or something like that? But I find myself reaching for this more often because I don't have to spray anything, and it, you know, it does the job. So I really like this as well. And now let's talk about some blushes. Y'all know I love a blush. This LA Girl Soft Matte Cream Blush. This is a really nice formula. It's like, what is it, $6, $5.99, something like that. I've only got one shade right now, the shade Grace. But this is really a really pretty, it's soft, it feels silky, it dries down to like a powdery finish. But it's just, I love it. And for $6, you can't beat it. I don't know, have I ever really met a blush I didn't like? I really need to think on that. But I do want to pick up more shades of this. It only comes in 3 shades right now, so I hope they expand their range because this is a really nice formula. And then couple of other blushes. These from Moira Cosmetics that I tried. I have reached for these often. This soft berry shade I have reached for probably more than the other. But once summer hits, I will probably reach for this orange blossom shade. But this is just, I mean, just look at that imprint. And you know, if you stay up towards this part, you can get a little bit lighter. You can swirl all the way in and just get a good combo, or stay down here and get something a little deeper. This is the one that I have on my cheeks today. But they're silky, they're soft, they last well, and they're just so pretty. They've got several different shades. And Moira actually just released a cream blush. So I do want to, like, I need more blushes in my life. I would like to grab another shade or 2 of these and then try out their cream formula. But I just love to even just to look at it. It's just so pretty to look at. But it's even prettier on the cheeks. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous blush. So that's those. And then what have I got? Oh, also from Moira. I really like their eyeliner. It's just a wooden eye pencil. It's this shade. It's called Soft Gold. I actually have it in my waterline today. It wears great in the waterline, and I did take a little bit of it and kind of highlight the inner corner of my eye as well today. But it lasts really well. How much was this? Like $5. So I think it's something good, especially, you know, if you wanted to make an order with Moira and you needed to throw something in for free shipping. I think these eyeliners are good. I really like them. Or this is the only one I've got, but I've enjoyed it. I've used it often for my, like I say, for my waterline. It kind of brightens up the eyes a little bit. And then next, I did try a couple of lip products from BK Beauty. These are on the spendier side. There was the Signature Luxe lipstick, I think. And then their Everlast lip liner. The lip liner does have that kind of teardrop or slanted shape. Makes filling in the lips really easy, and I do like to fill in the lips. And this I have in the shade, is it Sweet Pea? Yes, Sweet Pea. And then I have Inner Beauty in the lipstick. And this is such nice metal packaging. This retails for $22 and this one's $12. This is a really creamy formula. It feels fantastic on the lips. Both of these, for as creamy as they feel on the lips, last really well. I've reached for these often, and this just makes you feel fancy when you pick it up. You know, I really like the packaging on this. And then I am getting more used to the angled lip liner. It seems like that's kind of a thing that companies are maybe gravitating towards, that more angled shape for a lip liner, which I don't have a problem with just a regular old lip liner, but I do like to fill in my lips completely a lot. Just makes the lipstick wear a little bit longer, helps keep everything in the lines. So those shapes kind of help with that. But both of those are gorgeous products. The colors and the way they feel, this lipstick feels fantastic. And then speaking of lipstick, the lipstick that I got from Rimmel, their Lasting Finish Matte. I had the shade 220 Mauve Bliss. I have this on with their Lasting Finish lip liner. I do have both of these in my favorites. This Lasting lip liner I've got in the shade Mauve Spell. It's a little bit deeper than what it looked online. And this is kind of a matte lip liner, and it has that same shape as the BK Beauty lip liner, but it's really long lasting. I've actually had this on for several hours. I did touch up the lipstick because I've been eating and drinking, but this lipstick for a matte formula is super. Now I do have a little bit of gloss on today. It feels really nice, and it just, the shape of it is kind of interesting. It kind of hugs the lips, and then it just kind of smooths out my lip lines somehow. I actually forgot I had in the packaging. It's kind of hard to open, but it's secure. So, you know, if you throw this down in your purse or your bag, it's not one of those like the Revlon that comes off so easy. You know, it would be easy to lose a cap in a purse. It's really kind of secure packaging. But I love this shade too, Mauve Spell. That's it right there. But like I said, it's this formula. It's comfortable. Like I said, it makes my lip lines look less liney, I guess you could say. And it's just so comfortable. I actually forgot I was wearing it earlier because I went to mush my lips together, and I was like, oh, you have on lipstick. Don't smear it all over your face. It didn't, but really nice formula. I wouldn't mind having more shades than that, and I think it is, yeah, it's like $7.30. Their eyeliner, I also love the Rimmel Scandalize. That lip liner, I think, retails for around $6. But this Rimmel Scandalize is a really nice eyeliner. And this shade is brown, but it's like, I think it's just brown. Yeah, 003 brown. But it's kind of like a metallic, I don't know if you can, it may not pick up, but it's kind of like a metallic brown. It goes on super creamy, but it doesn't budge. So I've really enjoyed this. I love a brown eyeliner if I'm going to wear eyeliner, or like a purple or green or something. But it hangs on super well. It goes on super easy, and I really like this. It's almost like a coppery, you know, it's got like a little bit of a metallic shade to it, but I really enjoyed that one as well. And I think I got couple of more makeup things, and then I got some other just kind of random favorites. Also lip products. Apparently I've tried a lot of lips. These Maybelline Super Stay, what are they? Super Stay ink crayons. I did use this red one, I think, in a video. And then I have another shade. What is this? I got Keep It Fun, which is a little pinkier than it looks in the tube. But then this, I think this is Own Your Empire, this red. These are comfortable for a matte formula. That's what those shades look like. That's Own Your Empire up there on the top. But this was a really pretty red. It didn't make my teeth look more yellow. And it stayed super, super well. And it's not super uncomfortable. Like I wore this just by itself with no gloss or anything. And it's comfortable. It feels good. It doesn't make my lip lines look crazy. And I think, yeah, they have a little sharpener on the end if you want to, you know, sharpen the end of it to get a really nice point. Because I wore this just by itself with no lip liner, and I don't normally do that. But since it's a matte crayon, it doesn't budge. These are super nice, long-wearing products, and I think they're, yeah, like $6.80. So super affordable. Love them. Obviously, I love lips and blushes. Who am I kidding? I love it all. And then one more thing from Colourpop. This is their from 4th Ray Beauty, their lip mask. I picked this up in a little set. I think I needed something, you know, throw in something else for shipping. But this is their overnight lip mask. And this is the one that was from, what was it like? Was it Powderpuff Girls? Yeah, the Powerpuff Girls. This is their Everything Nice. That's what it looks like. It's softer than the Laneige lip mask. But this one tastes kind of like cotton candy. It's delicious. If my grandson ever sees me putting anything on my lips, he thinks he needs some. He tried to eat it. I mean, he's 2, so I don't blame him for that. I find myself trying to lick it off my lips. But overnight, I've been using this. You know, I keep one on the bedside, and when I wake up in the morning, my lips still feel good. And for $10, you know, it's a lot better price than those $20 lip masks. You know, like I said, I still do have one of the Laneige ones. While it's really nice, I just don't see me paying $20 for it when I can get, you know, a same size for $10. And it's, like I said, this one is delicious. I don't know, since it was one of their collabs, if this one might be a, Lord help me, I've been talking so long I forgot, limited edition. But the formula is what, you know, is what I really like on that one. So that is all of my makeup favorites. So now we kind of got some random things. I got some hair stuff, an eye cream. We'll just get down to it here. And one of these I may have mentioned before. I'm not entirely sure, but so my favorite shampoo was reformulated. I have naturally curly, obviously gray hair. My hair is fine. It tends to get frizzy, especially with the gray. And since it's fine, I can't use anything too heavy. So I've tried out this Verb Ghost shampoo and conditioner. I don't know. That white bottle's not going to show up. These are the 12-ounce bottles. They retail for $18 each. And the shampoo is sulfate-free. Now, I do use a clarifying shampoo that does have some sulfates in it, you know, once every couple of 3 washes or something. I only wash my hair a couple times a week. But these are so nice. I have had great wash days every time I've used these. And I've been using their Verb Ghost Oil for a while. You can see I'm down about to the label. It takes a tiny pump of this. This is also $18, and you think $18 for that tiny thing, but you use such a tiny amount. I've had this for months. But I use this to like scrunch the crunch out of my hair after I've put my gel in and let it dry, and you know, it's got that hard cast. Or if I need to smooth out the frizzies, just a tiny bit of this goes a long way, and it's really nice. I think it's got some moringa oil or something in it. Yeah. But anyway, it's a lightweight oil, kind of like the shampoo. It's lightweight. It doesn't weigh my hair down, which is important for me because I don't have a ton of volume anyway. And if I use something that's too heavy, it kind of stretches out my like waves, and then my hair just gets so flat. And when I was price checking these, actually on Sephora, you can get these two in this size in a set for $30 instead of the $36 that it would be buying the two separate. I grabbed mine on Ulta, on their website, but just something to keep in mind, you know, if you do want to try it. But I think it's a really nice shampoo and conditioner, and the conditioner it conditions well enough to put the moisture back in my hair, but the shampoo doesn't really strip a lot of it out, if that makes sense. But I really have been enjoying those and have had great wash days with that set. So those are kind of my current favorite hair products. And then an eye cream that I've been loving. I'm probably going to butcher this name, but it's the Sukoyaka Suhada eye cream. It is a Japanese brand. Yeah, it's made in Japan. You get an ounce in here for $22. I've grabbed this. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Walmart.com, and you may be able to get it on like Yes Style. But this is a Urea Moisture Eye Cream, and this is not the one that I was talking about that I thought messed up my concealer. That was something different. But this is a really nice, super hydrating, little dot there. And yes, urea is a byproduct of urine, but this was created in a lab, so it's not, you know, you're not putting pee on your face. But, you know, I was thinking this was pretty good, and then I tried some skincare. It was a sample I'd got from, was it Bare Minerals or something? Some kind of botanical or all natural something, but it dried my eyelids out super bad. So they were like dry and flaky. Within just a few days of using just this on my eyes, they got better. And I had, I don't know what I had done to my neck, unless it was the same skincare that got me messed up. But I put this on those dry patches that I had on my neck. Or no, it was the rash when I broke out from the medicine. just in a couple of days, this is so hydrating, and it really, I love it for under my eyes, on the eyelids. I use it twice a day. I've really been enjoying this, and I've definitely planned to repurchase it. I've still got a good bit in here because you do get a full ounce. But yeah, I think it's really nice. And they do make some other products I may try out, but I'm kind of hesitant to mess with my skincare too much. And then, I can't remember, I saw somebody talking about this on YouTube. It's the Séché Vite Dry Fast Top Coat. This stuff is some kind of miracle. It retails for like $10. I use this every time I paint my nails now. I've only had it for a little while, but this stuff will dry your polish in minutes. Now, it'll be like touch dry, but if you stab it with something, it is still going to mess your nails up. But I had painted my nails while my grandchildren were napping, and one of them, she woke up before I expected her to, and I thought, well, great, now my nails are going to be ruined. But I had put this on. I was able to go in there and pick her up, and it didn't mess up my nails, because usually if I've freshly painted them, I'll get, like the little, it kind of looks like scratch marks from rubbing on fabric, and it never fails. As soon as I paint my nails, I need to go pee, and I'm talking about within a minute or two, this will dry your polish. Now, it does have a very strong smell, so I don't know what's in it. Is it good for me? Maybe yes, maybe no, but I love it. And it leaves a good, a nice shine on the nails as well. And then I discovered, I feel like I have been talking a long time, been 30 minutes. I do shave my face to get rid of all the peach fuzz, and it does a little manual exfoliation. But I found this Sephora face razor. I was using the little disposable ones from Tinkle. But this one, it retails for $16, and when you buy it, you get the handle, and it comes with a blade in it, and it comes with 3 extra blades and the little plastic case. But this has got a metal handle. I'm not going to take this off because I'll cut myself. But it's got a nice place, to hold it. And I shave my face once every couple weeks or so. Refill blades, you can get 6 of them for $10, and I think this is a good... your blades are super tiny. That's all that you're going to be throwing away every couple of times. Super sharp. It's more comfortable to use to me than those Tinkle razors were. So I think this is a great face razor, if you want to shape your face. I just always do it after I've, cleansed my face good before I put anything on. I just... do a quick gets all the peach fuzz off. Like I said, it gets rid of a lot of dead skin. The very first time I done it, I was just amazed at the stuff that came off my face. But your foundation just goes on so super smooth. And I love shaving my face. I will never again wax my mustache or my eyebrows. I even use this to trim my brows. I do have to pluck a few, kind of stray ones right at the edge. But I love it. And I think this is a great deal, so that I'm not throwing away all that plastic. So I love it. And the price, I think, is pretty good too. And then I have somebody, I should be able to remember who I saw talking about these things that made me buy them, but this is a makeup brush air drying rack from Glam Lily. This is what it looks like. When you get it, it comes... it's all flat in the box, and it's got like a little brown paper on it, but it's got these like silicone holes, and you just push your brushes. I don't have one sitting here. But as it's standing up, you want the end of your brush to be hanging out of it, so that the brush part is here, so that when it's drying, that water's not leaking back up into the handle and the ferrule, and it makes... your smaller brushes, you can just pull them right back out. But this has been fantastic when I clean my brushes. It comes in, you get two of these. So it'll hold up to 26 brushes. This was about, I got mine on Walmart.com, was $13.50. but it makes my brushes, I was just laying them flat on a towel to dry, and they dry much quicker with this thing. I think y'all probably saw me use these recently. I got these also on Walmart.com. It's got they're like little velvety powder puffs. I had the one from Beauty Blender, and honestly, since I got these, I haven't used the little Beauty Blender one, but these are great for applying powder. If you do like to powder your under eyes, you got that nice corner that you can get right under there. I haven't washed them yet, but I think I want to say it was 8 in a pack for like $7. Now, when I checked this morning, they had gone up a few dollars, but I'll look and see if I can find, get the best price for you. But these are really nice little powder puffs. It really makes it easy to be precise. You can get right up to the nose, wherever you want to get, wherever you need to get with those, and they're super affordable. Where, I paid $7 for like 8 of those, whereas the one from Beauty Blender was like $15. So, I still think the Beauty Blender is a nice one, but just price-wise, I like these. I'll be repurchasing those. And then one other completely random thing that I discovered. This is a Theracane. Let me scooch back a little bit so y'all can see. Y'all are probably going to think I'm a dang lunatic, but this is like a self-massage cane. It is fantastic. I have one of those massage guns, but, I can't get the middle of my back, like between the shoulder blades, and you take this thing, and you just kind of get this little point where you want it, and you apply kind of counter pressure, and you can really get those knots. It works good for neck knots. And then the way these little knobs are on the ends, you can like lean up against a chair and massage different parts of your back. It comes with a little booklet that tells you everything. Now, I'll say, like I usually do, if you're having back pain and you don't know what's causing it, it's been going on for a while, go see your doctor, find out what's going on. But I know what's going on with my back. It's just bad. And my neck. And this thing has been, I can sit in my chair and I get a knot in my neck often. It lives there. Basically, it is not paying rent, and I have tried to evict it. It will not go anywhere. But I can get right on that knot, and you use the little handles to put that kind of counter pressure on there, and it just, it's fantastic. But that is all of my favorite things for January and February. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I appreciate y'all so very much. I love reading your comments, and if y'all let us know what your favorite things are so that we can all give them a try. The things that I've tried that you guys have recommended, I've absolutely loved. Maybelline Snap Scare, I'm talking about you. But I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.